Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. What a week it's been for Henry Cavill. At the end of last weekend, I think this Monday just gone, he put out a video. Well, let's listen to the video. Let's say it from the horse's mouth. This is Henry wearing himself a Custodes t-shirt from Warhammer 40k. We know he's a big Warhammer 40k fan, so that's pretty baller. And he had this to say.
Hey everyone, I wanted to wait until the weekend was over before posting this because I wanted to give you all a chance to watch Black Adam. But now that plenty of you have, I wanted to make it official that I am back as Superman. And the image you see on this post and what you saw in Black Adam are just a very small taste of things to come. So there's a lot to be thankful for, and I'll get to that in time. But I want to thank you guys most of all. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your patience. I promise it will be rewarded.
What a post! What a very humble and uplifting at the same time post by Henry Cavill. It's great to see him back in the role as Superman. I think the casting of it is absolutely perfect. He hasn't had the greatest material to work with. I don't think Zack Snyder quite understands these sort of superheroes. He's suited for a more darker tone. I think The Watchmen is very good. But when it comes to Superman, I think he got Superman all wrong. I think he wanted to put too many different stories into one film. You know, he wanted to do the death of Superman. He also wanted to do the Dark Knight Returns in the same movie. It didn't work. It was just a mess. And also, obviously, bringing Wonder Woman and all kinds of other stuff. So that wasn't, that stuff wasn't great. It worked for a specific audience. And I understood Zack's vision. And I did actually enjoy the Snyder cut of the Justice League. I did actually enjoy that. But if I had my way, I wouldn't have portrayed Superman in any way, shape, or form the way that he was portrayed. Now, let's just jump to another little bit of footage. And here is Henry talking about how Superman will be portrayed. And this did fill me with optimism.
Finally, we can say Superman is back!
Yes, indeed.
Oh my gosh, fans were erupting and they were going crazy. What do you envision? What is your ideal future for this character? Is it Man of Steel 2? Is it a TV series? What is it, Henry?
Right now, I can't really talk about anything. What I do want is hope, optimism, and joy. Those three things are essential for the character.
Hope, optimism, and joy. Those three things are essential to the character, and I could not agree with him more. This is from Variety. Henry Cavill says Superman will be enormously joyful when he returns. I never gave up hope, and there is a bright future. So the Superman stuff is very exciting indeed. Now we're beginning to maybe understand why he retook or why he was able to take the role of Superman again. Let's just jump to this post from the official Witcher account on Twitter. It's official. The Witcher is returning for season 4, and Henry Cavill will be handing his swords to Liam Hemsworth. Now, I love Chris Hemsworth. I think he's great as Thor. I think he's got a lot of personality. He's a good actor. He's at 2 seconds. What? I'm talking about Chris Hemsworth. What? Liam. Oh, he's going to be handing over to Liam Hemsworth. Oh. Okay. Look, okay, all jokes aside. Was that even a joke, Az? Oh, fuck off. All jokes aside, look, I don't like the Witcher TV series. I haven't liked it since season 1, and I've been very vocal about that. And I've liked Henry. I've liked Henry Cavill in it, and I've liked when he's been on it, but the show isn't a Witcher show. It's an intersectional feminist fucking wet dream. And this is the this is the Yennefer show. And this is what I called it from season 1. And season 1 was, even when she was hunched back and, you know, meant to be a pitied character, she wasn't. She was just a twat. And then when she used magic to make herself more beautiful and whatever, she was a twat. And then season 2 of The Witcher was an absolute disaster, if you ask me. Laughable disaster. Yennefer actually proving to be the villain and getting away with it. Just getting away with everything because, oh my God, girl power, girl bosses. Oh my God, the Coven of Witches, so diverse. Oh my God, so represented. You know, they've made again another company making a mockery of European history. And I know The Witcher has fantastical elements to it, obviously, with the monsters and the magic and the whatnot. But you all know what I mean. You know, let's not beat around the bush. You know, you had that little girl at the beginning of season 2 waffling on about, there's just like so much more I can do, you know, instead of being like stuck in this village. I'm like, oh my God, why should I be held back because of my gender? It was trash. Absolute trash. So much so that we were actually discussing this a couple of days ago, and I said I ain't watching season 3 of The Witcher. I'm done with it. I was pretty much done after season 1, but I decided to give season 2 the benefit of the doubt. Why? Because I'm a lovely person. I'm a lovely person, and I hoped that they were course correct from season 1, but they didn't. They just essentially doubled down. The only thing that they altered was they tried to give Yennefer some red hair, but that just doesn't in any way, shape, or form feel like Yennefer. But there again, we also found out just a few days ago that from an ex-employee that many of the writers and staff there don't like the Witcher books and don't like the Witcher games, which is probably why it's such a miserable piece of piss. And other video game franchises, and I know which comes from books as well, but, you know, the video games have sold millions upon millions as well. Other video game franchises seem to have followed that same model, and I just point to Halo as an example of that. I watched one episode of the Halo series, and I was out. And they had 2. They were already committed to 2 seasons with that thing. And then I gave up after the first episode when he took his helmet off and just was completely and utterly nothing like Master Chief, but the show was absolutely, utterly unlike Halo. And then each week on Twitter, I would gradually see clips of how they've managed to deface Master Chief even further. Spartan 117. Even further in each episode, and it was just like, thank God I jumped out after season 1. So with season 2 of The Witcher, I was like, screw this nonsense. I'm done with this trash. So it looks like, and by the sounds of it as well, coming out, it didn't look like Henry was too happy there as well. You know, he was recently interviewed before starting, I think, filming on season 3, and he said that he wished they would produce something closer to the source material. Something along those lines. It was very specifically put. The only thing that I liked in season 2 was actually the death of Roach, his steed. And he calls all of his horses Roach. But there's this moment where he's really, kind of like tender when it's passing away, and I was just like, damn, that was actually really well done. And then Laura, I think, is it Lauren Histrich, the showrunner? Absolute joke of a woman. She put out something when she was interviewed saying, oh yeah, I was just like going to make a joke. And then Henry was just like, look, why don't we do this? And so we did that. And I was like, oh my God, that was great. Let's go with that. And it's just like, yeah, that's because Henry understands these things. He's a geek in his own right, and he understands fans, and he understands how you should treat characters, even if it's a horse, and the way that Geralt would have responded to that. So it was kind of like, again, telling on themselves how they just don't get it, don't understand, don't care, all those type of things. But if we get into a more specific story here, Liam Hemsworth is picking up Geralt's swords for season 4 of The Witcher. Well, The Witcher season 3 hasn't debuted yet. Good luck, ain't gonna see it. It's already been renewed for a 4th season, but there's a coming change. In season 4, Liam Hemsworth will step into the titular monster hunter Geralt of Rivia, a role Henry Cavill originated in the first 3 seasons. The two actors shared the exciting news on social media. My journey as Geralt has been filled with both monsters and adventures, and alas, I'll be laying down my medallion and my swords for season 4, said Cavill in a statement. In my stead, the fantastic Mr. Liam Hemsworth will be taking up the mantle of the White Wolf. As with the greatness of literary characters, I pass the torch with reverence for the time spent embodying Geralt and enthusiasm to see Liam's take on this most fascinating, excuse me, my brain's dying today, a nuanced of men, which isn't being produced that way, unfortunately, the TV show. Liam, good sir, this character has such a wonderful depth to him. Enjoy diving in and seeing what you can find. Hemsworth is thrilled about this new adventure as a Witcher fan. Unlucky, mate. You ain't going to get too much of that. I'm over the moon about the opportunity to play Geralt of Rivia, he said in a statement. Henry Cavill has been an incredible Geralt, and I'm honored that he's handing me the reins and allowing me to take up the White Wolf's blades for the next chapter of this adventure. Henry, I've been a fan of yours for years and was inspired by what brought you to this beloved character. I may have some big boots to fill, but I'm truly excited to be stepping into the Witcher world. So both of them being very respectful to each other, being very respectful to the roles. And, you know, that's nice to see. But I'm glad for Henry. I'm really glad for Henry Cavill. I'm glad that he's stepped away from this because by the sounds of it, he wasn't having fun from the behind-the-scenes stuff. He wasn't being able to portray Geralt in the manner and the way that he really should be portrayed. And now it looks like he's off to play Superman in a way that he wants Superman to be portrayed. So I think this is hopefully, I mean, you know, we've got to see, but hopefully this is a wee bit of a happy ending for him. So as Geralt of Rivia rides on and Henry Cavill steps down, the Man of Steel takes once more to the skies. And this time, hopefully he's going to be done right. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.